It has been a busy few weeks for Dusk, and a somewhat relaxing one for Elliot. However, in Dusk's work, she has now become underweight and famished. That, and she's accumulated a few wounds that we'll need to recover. But we'll need a fair amount of food before we're able to do any of that. And so the woods will have to set out once again, on the hunt for the ultimate game. Not humans, of course. A disappointment to Elliot, but rather dinosaurs. A fantastic source of calories. And so we will seek them where we can, and then drag them back here for processing. There is much to do, and so let's get underway. Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, No Hope, where before we get moving here, just having a look at our inventory, we actually have the telekinetic jack down here as part of our integrated things, and looking at it we can see that it has a jacking quality and a lifting quality of 3, rated at 1500 kgs, so like 1.5 tons. Which is considerable, but it also goes to explain why we weren't able to lift things like the Jeep and whatnot, so we'll need to consider that in the future. But first of all, considering our hunger, that's what we need to have a look at. Now, we do have a few food items down in our fridge, I believe. I mean, we do, but we don't have much. Most of it is sauces and peanut butter and whatnot. I don't believe we have anything in the way of bread, so making sandwiches isn't going to be an option either. Although in saying that, it does look like we should be able to make some form of flatbread here. A very small amount of flatbread. So, sacrificing that time right now isn't exactly going to be worth it for us. So I think instead we might just have a look at knocking back, honestly, some pesto to begin with. It gives us a little bit of joy, which is nice. And then we'll go for some peanut butter, which will make us a little bit thirstier. We're now just considered peckish. So we'll have probably just some water. We could go for things like the cheap wine, which would give us some calories, but it would also make us a little drunk. We kind of need to be a little bit more clear-headed at the moment. We've had an okay amount of calories, but we've been expending many as well. We've just had some very, very active times out and about. Now, I do want to have a look at our wounds because, while we are going to go out hunting, we shouldn't get damaged. At least, well, I hope not. We have some adhesive bandages here. We do have a boiled bandage and some other makeshift bandages. We probably want to try and wait to use them until they're at least boiled. So let's see. Left arm, we'll do a good one. We'll put an actual bandage on our right arm, and then we'll just use adhesive bandages on our torso and our right leg. The other one is just going to have to chill out for now. We've got a lot of alcohol wipes here, so I want to just go through and make sure that we disinfect everything. There we go. Everything's disinfected. We're looking good. We are feeling, well, not fine, but we're doing okay. Now, Elliot, please come and join us on this hunt here. And as for where we are actually going to be hunting, let's see here. So we have encountered dinosaurs down here, these Camptosaurus. There were some sauropods up here, but unfortunately I think many of them have become zombified, which is a problem that we're going to have to deal with eventually. But for the moment, I think we're probably going to try and see if we can focus on the Camptosaurus nest. They may have laid more. There's a Nanoxaurus nest down there as well. The Nanoxaurus are quite large, almost T-Rex sized. So yeah, we'd want to be especially wary of that. Now also, from memory, we did run into some other kind of Triceratops-like dinosaurs along here, the road out towards the radio tower. They're pretty close. That's not a bad option for us, I think. They would be a considerable amount of meat. And because we have the dehydrator here now, we don't have to worry about just dehydrating over here. It would still be good to use the dehydration properties that the smoking shed has, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, we have a zombie predator. So close? Interesting. Yeah, it's up towards the northeast at the moment. Okay, so we are on forced unarmed, which is good. That's the position that we want to be in right now. Okay, Elliot, let's move up. Let's assist. Whoa, boy. Gnarly. Yeah, so those zombie predators, they do a considerable amount of damage. Slicing through our left arm there, blood is leaking from it at the moment. I don't really want to put away our umbrella, but we might not have much of a choice here. Yeah, okay, we're instantly burning, but we're putting pressure on the wound. We just want to try and see if we can stop that here. There we go. All right, let's get the umbrella back into our hands here, and let's hope that we don't run into any other zombie predators, because for the most part, we can handle them okay, but we are rather injured. We do need to keep that in mind. Now, I just got an error notification about a dinosaur egg, so there may still be some eggs in the area, so I'm just going to make sure that we turn off our filters and just see what we have on the ground around us. I mean, there is a turkey here, so there is a chance that we might be able to find some turkey eggs, and of course the turkeys are an option, but here we go. This is what I was looking for. Ankylosaurus, a large, stocky, rhino-like dinosaur. Yeah, okay, and there's a lot of droppings around here, so, okay, we've got some eggs as well. Now the eggs, we can just straight up eat, which I'm going to be very tempted to do so. We're just going to see if we can take the egg for now. Falls into your metal tank, because we are still carrying the metal tank. Of course we are. So there is another egg down here as well. So because we're trying to kind of refeed Dusk at the moment, I think we are going to try and utilize her ability to consume way more food than you usually would be able to. So we're going to go over here. We are going to get this egg. Right now, they're going to be chill with us being here, but that could change very, very quickly. We have one dino that's up here completely by itself. I think the best way for us to try and deal with this will be slamming it against the maple tree back here, but trying to get it into that position isn't going to be super easy. We might be able to get the angle just right. I mean, like, that's looking pretty good to me. Yeah, maybe just one more step over. Okay, that's good. Now, unfortunately, we don't seem to have any ability to use any of our things right now. Is it because of the amount of distressing pain we're in? No, there's something else. You're in too much pain, so you can't concentrate on your powers right now. I like that. I like that. So let's deal with that then. We're going to start smoking a joint. We're going to knock back some tramadol, and that should, yeah, that's got us down to distracting pain, but it did take us a little while to start to do those things. So let's see. We are going to try and force shove this thing back. Okay, wow. We just hurtled that away, and it is just ignoring us right now. We really want to try and see if we can get that on an angle where it is going to, slam into the tree. So let's just run back here for now. We are going to try and force shove, slam it against the tree. It is now hostile. My gosh, the amount of pressure, the amount of force that we can apply with this knockdown is impressive. It is nearly dead now. Dusk, we are just going to go and apply a mind hammer to it, and that's enough to bring the beast down. So that's going to be a lot to bring back. But Dusk and Elliot, I'm confident that you two can do this. So huffing, puffing on that joint of hers, Dusk is going to drag this thing back, utilizing that telekinetic force of hers, and we're going to get this dino processed. Okay, so we still have a fair amount of bone and fat in here at the moment. We are going to want to try and maybe get some of the blood as well, if possible, while we're using the butcher's rack here. So let's just go and unload the lifting field here. We have 11 items in there. Oh, it's 11 eggs? Hot damn. That is a fair amount of food. And Walter hasn't fully burnt up yet, so that is 100% something that we are going to need to contend with. We're going to try and get that fire going before we do anything else right now. So we have a pointy stick down here. We do need a little bit more in the way of wood to kind of really get things burning. These twigs and handfuls of leaves aren't going to really help us there. I mean, they will burn, but they won't burn for all that long. So I'm just going to have a look at wood sources in here. We've got 3 planks. That should theoretically be more than enough. Well, I say that. I can't be certain. Let's swap positions with Elliot and get that fire going again. All right. The fire is lit. Okay, we're going to drag this back inside here, and we're going to see if we can't get that onto the butcher's rack. Yeah, move it on over. Okay, Dusk and Elliot, we are going to need to keep that door open if you'd be so kind to just leave that for now. Time to get butchering. So we are going to do a full butcher. It's going to take us 2 hours to do this. Let's get started. Okay, so interesting. You drop your animal blood on the butcher's rack. That's very disappointing. I would have really hoped that we would have put it into the metal tank, but it looks like I didn't actually take the eggs out of the metal tank. So, well, we lost the blood, but we have got a considerable amount of food. Just ridiculous amounts. Also a large dinosaur skull, which is very cool. A lot of hide as well that I would love to be able to process, but first of all, yeah, the food comes first before anything else. So something did happen while we were working on this. Elliot has been eating that smoked sucker. He also gained a mutation called Truth Teller, which I do believe that is something that Dusk suffers from. If we have a look down here, Truth Teller. Yeah, so just like his sister, he is not a good liar, at least not anymore. So yeah. Okay, but we have a lot of food here. So let's just check our smoking racks first of all. We do have some charcoal in here, which is good. I honestly don't know how much that is going to give us here. We don't have any charcoal down there right now, so we are going to insert some food into here for smoking, chunks of meat, and obviously we cannot put that amount in. So I think it will just fill it up, and it has with 80 chunks of meat. So now let's have a look and see. I mean, it's full at the moment. It'll take 6 hours. We're not going to light it up just yet. We want to make sure that we get everything out of here first of all. So we kind of need to move everything bar the bone. Although in saying that, we could start to try and bring the bone along with us now. So I think we will look at moving that. So the meat first of all, which I honestly don't even know if we're going to be able to fit everything onto the one square here. We may be able to, we will see. Move that fat across. We'll also move the rotten fat as well because we want to get that out of here. We'll take the large bone as well, the raw hide, and we're going to take the liver, the brains, pretty much everything we can, because we can put that stuff in the refrigerator and try and keep it for a little while longer. The stomach, I don't know if we're going to find a use for it just yet. Also the bone marrow, we'll see how we're going to be able to utilize that. The scraps, I mean, we'll bring them across, won't we? So that's everything moved right now, bar the stomach, which I still think we may want to try and bring, and oh my gosh, there's even more over here. And I have just realized we've been moving them the complete wrong way, but that's fine, that's fine. Okay, alright, so it looks like this fire has already gone out, which is a little disappointing. So we are going to move all of that fat into the fire here, and we're going to try and keep everything else for now. Whether or not we can preserve it for long enough, I'm not sure, but we will see. Yeah, we burnt through those planks alarmingly quickly. Okay, so we do still have some fat and the eggs up here as well, so I am going to want to try and grab those from Elliot. You know what, we'll probably just grab that tank. And all that refuse, we're going to move that down towards the fire. And let's see if we can get that to burn. Okay, even with the fat there, the rotten fat, it's not going to be able to burn as is. Looks like Elliot is able to leave there, which is good. So that means that we can start to fight this up. Fire the smoking rack. Excellent. That's doing its thing. Okay, so we do want to get a fire going there, but right now, that's not our priority. We want to try and get all of these goods here back home. So let's bring the fat onto this square. We're going to start hauling, and unfortunately, it is going to be slow while we're holding onto this umbrella. It's going to be a heck of a process to get it all back there. We're looking at least 4 minutes per square at the moment, so we might want to try and prioritize things first. So we don't need to bring back all the bone right this second. The meat is going to be the most important thing for us, so we'll bring that as well as the fat. Everything else we will come back to after we've actually got the stuff back inside safely. And oh my gosh, Elliot is now green. Puts on their philoderm because he just mutated a philoderm again. Yeah, he's no longer jaundice. Well, congratulations, Elliot, you are the green giant once again. I should also note that we are extremely wary now, so Dusk is really feeling the day's labors. And we've finally made it down to the refrigerator. Fantastic. So let's go get this stuff in here. And we've still got a fair amount of capacity in there, but let's make sure that we actually get this turned on so that it is going to keep things good for that little bit longer. And now we're going to go back for some of the other things. Although in saying that, I guess we could just straight up eat one of these eggs right now. It's not going to be super pleasant for us to do it. You know what? Let's just cook it. It's not going to take us that large amount of time. We're going to turn on the light here as well, just so that it's going to be good, because the sun is currently on its way down. We can probably put our umbrella away for the time being. Okay, so what are our egg options? Okay, so our stove might not actually be turned on at the moment, the kitchen station here. Well, we can use the food dehydrator here, attach a cool to the kitchen station. Okay, the frying pan we can attach to there. Interesting, we can also attach the drill to there. Use cast iron frying pan. You need something to be next to a fire to heat it up. Yeah, so I guess we don't actually have, like, oh, well, we just smashed this slightly. It's fine. Yeah, I'm guessing we don't actually have anything to cook on here. Like, we might need like a small little powered, like a heat pad type thing. Okay. I also don't know if it works like an oven. Like, it does say we can put some things inside of it, but that's exterior. So I would want to just light a fire there and hope, you know? But we can dehydrate things here, which, you know, that's useful. You know what? Screw it. It's the easiest option for us right now. We are going to use our gluttonous consumption. 43% chance of failure, so this will go off eventually. There we go. We got the spell cast. Okay, we are going to go and knock back one of those eggs. There we are. Okay, we're feeling pretty good after that. Let's go have another one, Dusk. Okay, we're feeling full. We've got a lot of calories going. We have spent nearly the same amount of calories that we've actually consumed though, so we will have to go a little bit over that if we can. But I think the first thing that we're going to worry about is maybe trying to get a little bit more food into the kitchen here. Let's just have a look and see, are we feeling the burn of the sun now? I think it's low enough that we're okay. Yeah, okay, good. So let us start. Okay, I was going to say start hauling. We do have 2 wooden panels here, so we're just going to quickly move those over, and we're going to put those into the fire, and then we will continue that burn. Okay, let's get moving. Oh, and we got a little bit of rain now. Okay. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes a square at the moment. Oh, and you know what? We're going to cast gluttonous consumption again, just because we are currently engorged, so I'm a bit concerned about that. There we go. Okay, we've got that going. So we're just down to hungry now, so I feel like that has expanded our stomach that little bit. Hot diggity dog, we've made it. Okay, so let's see. We do need to try and get a few of these things in here. The large stomach has already rotten. That's, I guess, to be expected. We're going to move the liver, the marrow, the raw brains in there. Honestly, just pretty much all the offal, and then we'll go for the hide and the scraps. And the fridge still isn't full, so that is good. We can try and sort a few things out here. We're probably just going to leave those there for the moment. And we are still considered underweight, so we are probably going to need to consume a little bit more tonight, Dusk, and that very well could mean trying to eat yet another egg. If that's the case though, well, okay, we can cast our gluttonous consumption. We can't cast anything else right now though. We don't seem to be in pain currently. Our focus is okay though, so we are getting that gluttonous consumption up. Let's knock back that egg. We're feeling satisfied. We've had 12,000 calories now, so I would hope that that is going to help. We do need to have a little bit of extra water. We might actually have some of this cheap wine here. It's not going to be super hydrating, but it's going to be enough to try and just assist us with our mood in general. Okay, so we aren't quite exhausted yet, and it is nighttime. Ideally, we want to actually be up and doing things during the night, so we're going to try and stay up for a little bit longer, and we are going to be using the food dehydrator to try and dehydrate all of the massive amount of food that we have here now. So we can do powdered egg, which is great. We can just straight up dehydrate the meat here, and it looks like we are going to be able to do that just in a massive batch. It will take 6 hours and 11 minutes for us to do this though. We've got 900 units of meat in there right now. The fridge is connected, it is turned on, so theoretically the stuff that's in there should take a little bit longer to go off. So the chunks of meat cold, shelf life 1 day, spoils in less than 14 hours. That is unfortunate. Now, something that one of you noticed was that we encountered an ice cream truck back up here in Foxborough. It wasn't too far from the mobile meth lab. Now, because it's an ice cream truck, it probably has a freezer of some kind. And a freezer would really, really help us out right now to kind of cut out the need to dehydrate things and just allow us to straight up freeze meat here and just completely remove our fear of things spoiling. That way we can just cook pretty much fresh. I mean, yes, you're cooking from frozen, but we don't have to worry about things going off. Now, we've got 14 hours to try and get that stuff frozen. There is a chance that it might get cooler and, it will actually last longer. We can't be certain, but we are going to need to make sure that we bring a few different tools with us. I don't think we're leaving anything behind. We probably don't need to bring this big metal tank full of eggs with us though, so we are just going to go and unload those eggs, or rather try and drop the eggs over here if possible. Yep, eggs, put them into the fridge for now, and this big 60-litre tank we will go and just drop off over there. Yay! Let's just turn off the light because we don't really need to have that turned on right now, and we are going to have a look heading on out into the rain. We could actually bring our umbrella, stay out of the rain that way. Elliot has a philoderm, so he's going to enjoy being in the water, or at least he's going to enjoy it a little bit more than Dusk will right now. So we are extremely wary, so I need to be wary of that. But at the same time, we got work to do. We've got so much work to do. So we are going to be making our way back out again. We're going to be heading kind of up in this direction through Foxborough. So is that going to be safe? I mean, safe enough. Epping has been pretty good to us so far. Let's see how we go. Oh, we cannot be traveling with Dusk like this. It's got to be Elliot. If we're traveling long distance. Oh, and Dusk is wielding her Glock. Of course she is. Okay. You know what, Elliot? Can you talk to Dusk and just ask her to not use firearms? Don't use ranged weapons anymore. There we go. Wielding a bayonet. Okay, Dusk. Alright, so we should be able to move a little bit easier this way. If it's Elliot that's actually leading us, yeah, there we go. And a giant ladybug has been spotted, so we will cancel the auto move just until we move around that, and then we'll continue on. And it does look like Dusk encountered the ladybug there briefly, but she's not that hurt. She's applying hemostatic powder. How bleeding are you? Oh, it's minor. They're minor wounds at the moment. Okay, so, alright, we'll just wait until she's done there. Elliot is going to stand guard against this thing. And you know what? Continue attacking it. It is trying to get away right now, but Elliot, just keep on slamming this thing. It is in the way currently. There we go. It's on the run, and it is quite injured. It's heavily bleeding, so it should theoretically bleed out eventually. Let's see. Do we have anything that we can use on Dusk? We can't currently. Okay. That's a lot of hemostatic powder. What? Okay. Okay, it stopped bleeding eventually. That's wild. Maybe there's a possibility that ladybugs have like an anticoagulant and they continue to, they make your wounds bleed for longer. I'm not sure. Either way, we have nearly reached our destination, and there is the ice cream truck in question. Okay, so back in the shoes of Dusk. Let's go and put that knife away back into our sheath, thank you. Even though you think you're better with it, you very well might be for all we know. Okay, so, first of all, what have we here in this box? Sprinkles, of course. Currency strap in that one, and a small cardboard box. So we're going to close these doors here. Elliot is currently eating that smoked sucker still. I think that's why he's not really moving around. You done there? We no longer feel nauseous. Well, that's good. Yeah, I'm assuming that is probably from the ladybug, eh? Let's use our cell phone light here. We're going to go crouch down as well, just so hopefully the light doesn't filter out too far. So, mini freezer. There are 2 mini freezers here. They only have a 75-litre storage capacity, but there's 2 of them, which is really nice. So if we could install those back at home, I would be very, very happy. We might lose some efficiency with that mini freezer being damaged, but hey, we gotta try. Hopefully we can just remove it with the tools that we have right now. We'll find out soon enough, won't we? Okay, yes. When on, this vehicle drains 36 watts from a vehicle's batteries. Sweet. I'm okay with that. Yeah, there is also a large storage battery here as well. If we wanted yet another battery, we could look at doing that, but I don't think that's a route that we want to go down right now, and we've fallen asleep. Okay, well then. Let's see if Elliot fell asleep as well. He did. Let's wake him back up, because he is actually able to help us out here a little bit, and we should hopefully be able to just pick up where we left off. And there we go. First freezer down, on to the next. Okay, there we go. And because we crossed over midnight, we just got the notification that we need to eat more calories. Yeah, I mean, we ate 12,000 calories yesterday, and it still wasn't enough to keep up with everything, so wild. Okay, let's turn off our cell phone here, and we're going to have a look at trying to just transfer wherever the stuff is now, which I think it should be. There's one mini freezer. Not sure where the other one got to, really. It might be a little bit difficult for us to move some of the stuff out of here, really. We're trying to access the ground. Okay, we have one of the mini freezers where we can actually see where it is. The other one, though, man, this is a mystery. It could be anywhere around here. So I'm just going to kind of walk around the outside to try and see if we can figure out where it's gone. Because we're wielding it. Of course, we are wielding it. Yes, that does actually make sense. Now, we still have our integrating field. We have the umbrella in there at the moment, so let's see here. Let's go to our umbrella. Let's activate it to collapse it. Hopefully that can fit into our inventory now, so we're just going to go to our pack and try and insert the umbrella. There we go. Okay, we've got that in there. So now we should be able to go back to our lifting field and insert the mini freezer, actually. There we go. Okay, so we can walk back with those two without too much trouble. Ice cream truck, thank you. We're famished again already. Hot damn. Okay, so it's going to be Elliot that's going to be taking us back home. So let's just give Dusk a second here. Yeah, she seems to be okay. All right. So we're going to auto to here, and then I think we're going to walk the rest of the way just so that we don't accidentally step on any landmines. Alright, we've reached our destination. Excellent. And I can see where the landmines are, so we are fine. Okay, the fire's still raging over there. That's good. Dusk, time for you to take over. Alright, so let's see what we want to try and do here. Elliot, I think, yeah, he's eating at the moment. Right, so first of all, let us get the light on. Let's turn on the overhead light. Make sure that the fridge is still connected just fine. Plug an appliance. Attach cable to where? I mean, can I attach the fridge to... Yeah, they're already connected to each other. Okay, alright, good. Right, freezer. Where do we want the freezer to be? So we want to have at least one clear workspace like we've got down here. The books, we can probably shift to be over here with the rest of our chemicals. I think that's a fine place to put them. But that's only one freezer. We have two freezers, and I guess we could have them on the side. They should still be accessible when we're cooking things. I'm not 100% on that though, so I don't know if I want to risk that exactly. You know what? I think we're going to move this counter here. We're going to shift our tools to be down here with all of our chemical goods. So this counter, we can go and just... Actually, you know what? No, we want to keep this counter. It's this one that we want to move. So we'll just go and shift that just out the way for now. Like so. And yeah, let's see how we can use the mini freezer here. So I do wonder if we can place it. Place mini freezer. Yes, we can. Excellent. Okay, so that's placed there. Let's go plug in the appliance, attach it to the fridge. They're already connected, so theoretically we should be able to just turn the freezer on. Wicked. Yes! It's bloody working. Okay, so that's really, really good news. So what we're going to do here is shuffle over as much meat as we possibly can. It's only going to be 75 at this stage, but that's still good. It can only hold 300. Okay, 300 is good. By 75, I mean 75 liters worth of volume, but that's a lot of meat that we have there. Obviously, we want to be eating things other than just meat, but it's a good and easy source of calories for us right now. Now, we're still famished, so we are probably going to go and cast our spell, Gluttonous Consumption. There we go. And we're going to eat some more egg. Yeah, go and knock that thing back. Wonderful. And we're going to do the exact same thing again. Okay, that's a pretty good calorie number now, but no, we're going to go further. We are going to go further. Forcing ourselves to eat. Let's go cast the spell yet again and see how we feel about that. We're feeling satisfied, but I reckon we can do it. We can. Ouch, something hurts. Okay, we will stop eating at that point then. What are we looking at? 7,800. Okay, it could be better, could be better. I still want to continue to cast the spell though, just to see if that will help us be able to take a little bit more. Yes, we are under the effects of it right now. We're also observed. We have the strong impression that someone or something is watching you. Okay, yeah, we're very wary as well. We've got a lot of things going on right now, Dusk, but I am happy about this. Now, we probably still want to try and preserve some of our food. We can also chuck in another freezer, which I'm tempted to do maybe over in this direction here. We could maybe try and connect it to the standing lamp then. Yeah, let's just have a look and see if we can go and place another. It does look like yes we can, so let's go place that there for now. And plug in the appliance, attach it to that. Okay, they're already connected. Turn on that freezer. Wonderful. So that is yet another freezer. So we could take 300 chunks of meat, huh? So let's just say move, and we'll say 300. Excellent. Because the fat's going to last for quite a while, especially in the refrigerator. So yeah, that's good. That stuff should start to freeze before too long. It's currently cold, and it will go from cold to something else eventually. So all this stuff is now cold as well, so we might actually have a different spoil time. It still says 10 hours, so on most of the things that are there. Now, even if we dehydrated, or rather smoked them at this point, actually no, it goes straight to dehydration, doesn't it? Yeah, even if we go to dehydration, the shelf life isn't going to be superb. But it's still good. And now another thing for us to consider is the hides that we have, because we've got a considerable amount of hide. And it would be lovely to try and cure that. We do have a considerable amount of salt, so let's see exactly how many we can do here. So Elliot would be assisting us with this. We could do 43 cured hide. At that point we start to run out of salt. We do have some saline solution, but not a huge amount of that right now. Honestly, I think we could go for it. Our morale is a little bit on the low side right now, so we could try and improve that. We are going to turn on our MP3 player, because that will help with our mood here. And we could also just have a look and see if there's anything else that we could eat that would give us a little bit of joy. The cheap wine certainly would. We get a fair amount of joy from some energy drink as well, which I'm tempted to take. We are engorged right now though, so yeah, that's not exactly an option for us. Okay, so maybe we'll just start it and see how we go. Oh, okay, and I think we fell asleep again there. We did actually, unfortunately, throw up, which isn't great. Elliot, did you fall asleep as well? Wake back up, don't go to sleep just yet. We are tired, but we'll go to sleep a little bit earlier in the morning. I do want to read what happened here though. We had some kind of a nightmare. You stand in an office, dingy yellow wallpaper on all the walls and the hum of fluorescent lights in your ears. You open a door leading to another yellow wallpapered hallway, and you walk down it for a few minutes before picking a door and opening it. You stand in an office room, dingy yellow wallpaper on all the walls and the hum of fluorescent lights in your ears. You open a door leading to another, and again and again and again, and it plays on and on. Eventually though, the door opens into a solid blackness, and in your surprise, you trip through it. As you are falling, you wake up. We're in the back rooms, briefly, in our dreams there, Dusk. Terrifying. Now, let's go and continue on with our craft. Let's get to work. Here we go. The sun has risen at this stage, and we've finished curing all of that hide there. Well, not all of it, but 43 hides, so that's good. We are famished yet again this morning, so let's go. We don't need to use our magic just yet, but we are going to go and knock back another egg, because we want to get our calories up, Dusk. So, gluttonous consumption, excellent, it is successful. We've gone down to peckish, so we're going to have yet another egg. Okay, and now we're at full, and that's 13,000 calories that we've consumed. So, I gotta say that's probably pretty good, considering today we've only spent 1,300. Yeah, it's a big difference. We're currently considered to be tired. I'm just going to check everything in here. It still says only 9 hours. So I think the stuff that's in here is going to last for a fair bit longer. The fridge is doing work. And the freezer, well, not so much work yet. Okay, oh, is this not turned on? It is turned on. Interesting. And it is consuming power. But the meat that's in there right now isn't, more than 9 hours. Okay, I guess it just hasn't frozen yet. It's probably still going to be in there for a little bit longer before it decides to fully freeze. Not sure on that. So we still need to try and boil some water. And yeah, I need to get some kind of a heat pad for this. It shouldn't be that difficult for us to make one, really. Crude heating element. Okay, yeah, maybe a little bit more difficult. But I do wonder if we could take, let's say, an oven and then attach the oven to the kitchen station. I think that's probably what we're going to have to do. Like, the kitchen station is just like the base, and you can just attach more and more things to it. Whether or not that's the case, though, I'm not sure. It shouldn't be that difficult for us to just go up towards Epping and steal an oven from somewhere, but that is something that we are most certainly going to do when night falls. So we are just going to have to kind of leave everything else for now. That stuff's in the fridge, everything else is in the freezer. I will just go and see how everything was doing out here. We'll also just go and turn that MP3 player off as well. It's early in the morning, so we're not going to need our umbrella just yet. Okay, we've got a lot of corpse ash here, but Walter Yee hasn't burnt entirely yet, but he is still burning. It looks like this is finished. So let's see, remove food from the smoking rack. We have down here 80 smoked meat. Wonderful. So we aren't going to eat that right away, but we are going to go and just put that into our fridge so that it's going to last just that little bit longer. There we go. That is all deposited. Okay, Dusk, let's look at heading upstairs. And I think as we get up there, first of all, we are going to... Oh, there you are, Caterpillar. Okay, I was going to say, first of all, we're going to play with Caterpillar, but Caterpillar was hiding. We're going to have to probably try and remove a few things before we sleep, just because we've been getting super, super warm lately. So I think we're just going to take off as much as we can, just leave it to the basics. Pretty much anything that is going to be providing a considerable amount of warmth will be coming off for the time being. That way, we're just going to be that little bit more comfortable as well while we are sleeping. There we go, Dusk. Okay, so with that, it's time to sleep. Oh, and we're engorged. Okay, as Elliot falls asleep there. So we're going to use our gluttonous consumption. Try to use that again. Okay, there we go. And that just takes us down to hungry. So that seems to be the safest way for us to do that right now. Yeah, all right, let's try that again. And yet again. Okay, all right, so it lasts for a while, but not quite long enough. There we have it. We're successful with that again. And I think we're actually going to go and put our earplugs in just because the engine might be keeping us awake. Okay, and we awake. During the evening, Elliot had his perceptive mutation turn into very perceptive. So that's nice. Let's go and pet Caterpillar this morning. Now, it's still saying that we aren't eating enough. Depressing food? I mean, yes, it most certainly was. But right now, Dusk, that's what we need. We need to take whatever we can get. And yeah, we only spent 2,800 calories. We consumed 13,000. That still wasn't enough. So we are going to have to continue going hard. We need to put all of our other equipment back on. So first of all, let's go take out the earplugs for now, and we'll just go and start wearing all of our other bits and pieces. Okay, all right. Elliot, you are asleep, and you decided to sleep on the table there. Because that's normal. That's a normal thing for Elliot to do. I'm not surprised, I should say. Okay, so it is still daytime at the moment. Everything in here is still kind of good currently. In the freezer, our meat is finally frozen. Are you kidding me? Except for this one. I guess it might be because it's damaged. Surely that's got to be the reason why. If that's the case, I think we just turn off this freezer now and we take down the appliance. Because yeah, that is going to be a problem for us otherwise. That's very disappointing. We still have a massive amount of meat though, so that is good. We've got that going for us, and that is something that we're going to need to try and burn before too long. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, rotten stuff, it's no good. It is no good. The engine out here has been running really, really well. It's been running pretty much constantly. But hey, look at that. We need to eat again, and we are going to be eating the boring food because we need to right now. We could look at cooking up some of the fat right now, but really the egg, it's just got so much going for it. So we're gonna be egging, and we're quite full, so we're gonna use our gluttonous consumption, and we lose concentration. So we'll try it again. There we go, down to peckish. So we should immediately see that drop. If we don't, it means that it hasn't worked properly, or we're just too close to being full. So I'm gonna go and cast it again to see if that does work for us. Okay, nice. So I would hope that that is going to be enough for us for the moment, because it's a lot of calories. We really haven't spent that much yet. But we're probably going to start to get a little bit of a move on now. So let's go grab our umbrella. We're going to take that out. We're going to expand it. And we are going to start moving with Elliot following closely behind. We're feeling rather warm at the moment. We're going to be moving up towards Epping and just towards one of these houses to see if we can't grab one of those ovens. And you know what, Elliot? We will let you take us up there. Okay. So we just stopped for a second then. I'm not sure why. We walked right past the landmine, which terrified me. But we're okay. We're okay. Oh, and Elliot hasn't been complaining about it yet, but he is rather dehydrated. So that is something that we're going to need to try and contend with. And yeah, that is something that I'm going to focus on. Because he should have a hydration pack, so let's just make sure that he's not being quiet. So let's go miscellaneous rules. He will complain about wounds and needs. Yeah, so he should be telling us when he is feeling really thirsty. I honestly might have just been missing it. That's entirely possible. Oh, a skeletal zombie. Well, hello there. We should probably try and lure you out of the building here, if possible. And you know what? Let's not mess around. We're going to give you a force shove, slam you into that wall there, and let's just clamber through the window here, Elliot. So we might have access to water in some of these homes. We might actually have access to water down below here in the basement. Let's see, because we have been here before. Okay, what have we got? We do not have clean water. We've got a liter. We've got 4 clean water in there. Okay, that is better than nothing. You know what? I think we'll just let Elliot have a drink. So we'll just control him for now, and we'll go and drink that water there. That's nice, and we'll probably try and do the same in another basement if we can. But for now, Dusk, we are going to be moving on up, and we're going to check the condition of the oven up here. We've got a little bit of light, which is nice. Okay, kind of hard to tell what condition it's in. Disconnect the refrigerator. I don't want to do that. Gas oven and microwave combo. Oh, okay, so it's not just a straight up oven. With the state of the nearby gas lines unknown, it's best not to put fire anywhere near it. You could disassemble the shelving holding to pull the microwave out. Okay, so if we disassemble it, we'll get a microwave out of it. And surely that's going to be a quick way for us to cook food back at home, because we have power right now. So deconstruct simple furniture. Let's go take that apart, and sure enough, we have a frickin' microwave. Okay. Never used a microwave in Cataclysm, so that's going to be new for us. But I do still want to have some form of an oven. I am seeing another water heater over in this other house, so we're going to try and make our way on over towards that. Elliot, nice, he's taking the safe way. Wonderful. Okay, so that water heater, we can't get to it easily, but there is a basement here as well. It's a basement that we'd rather not be in, I think. So we're going to go back upstairs, and we're going to check out this oven here and see what it is looking like. Standard electric convection-based oven. Wonderful. It can safely contain a fire as well. That's what we like to see. Okay, so oven. We should theoretically be able to put that into our lifting field. So let's just go and wear our rucksack for now and see if that's going to be possible, because we've got everything then. Okay, maybe not. Take down appliances is what we want to do. There we go. Something hurts. Oh, it's our stomach again. Okay, gluttonous consumption. Here we go. We need our hands free. Okay, let's give that another shot. There we go. We're just hungry now. Much better. Let's go and continue taking that down. Oh my gosh, something hurts again. Wow, it's really not lasting for a long time, is it? Yeah, or it's just taking us a long time to take this down. Yep. I don't know if we're going to be able to take this down in time. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it was actually keeping the percentage each time we were working on stuff, so that is useful. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to wield the umbrella first of all. We're not going to need it for much longer though, because it is 7 PM now. So we could actually probably look at putting that away. So let's just go put that into our pack and then go to our lifting field and see if we can actually carry this thing along. Oven. Our item is too heavy. Okay, so what we're going to do instead is we're going to go and put our pack back into our lifting field, and then we're going to boost up our strength, enhance it, like so. We are now at 40 strength. So yeah, the amount of weight we can carry has gone up significantly. We're going to grab that oven, wield it, and let's see. Okay, we're fine. We can totally lift that. Yeah, we're lifting 95 kgs of weight now. So let's not use this as a weapon. I think even if we are doing force unarmed, we're still going to be slowed. So yeah, we want to be wary of that. Okay, so 7 PM. Hopefully we're not going to be feeling the weight of the sun. We'll find out soon enough though. Elliot, oh, you're going around that way. Okay, because we've got water back at home, so that shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so let's hope this works out. Let's start making our way back here. Ignore the goose. Let's make our way home. Alright, fire's still burning there. Good. And let's go and turn that light on. There we go. Okay, now having a look at this, let's try and attach a tool to the kitchen station. We can attach the disconnected oven as well. So first of all, microwave, we're going to go and attach, and then we're going to attach the oven. Yes, I think that worked. So now we actually have the oven attached to it. Now it was a disconnected oven, so I don't know if that is going to work as we might want it to. Okay, maybe not. Detach a tool, the disconnected oven. Okay, so let's see. I honestly wonder if it might be just easier for us to place the oven. All the drugs and stuff like that, we can probably move. So we're going to move, first of all of our clothing up one more square away. And then this rack that has all of the stuff on, we're going to move. So we can actually just move that instead. That'll be the easiest way to do it. And then, yeah, I'm going to have to just change where things are set to go right now. Yeah, that's right, we've got a massive tank of mutagen there, and also some freaking artifacts as well. Weird stuff. Okay, so first of all, we're going to try and place this oven. Place oven, there we go. And place it, oh, there we go. So, theoretically, that should be working. Grid to battery flow, I mean, yeah, we can use the hot plate. We can. Now, I do wonder if I can just go attach tool now. No, okay, so it's still accessible. We should still be able to cook. And if we go to food, oh my gosh, humble pie, meat pizza, animal cooking oil. So yeah, we can make a lot of oil. And that's from all of the fat that we've got. I am so happy right now. Cooked pepper meat. Oh, look at that. Luxury, Dusk, luxury. Atomic coffee as well. Wow. This is fantastic. It's completely blown open our ability to make food, which is just wonderful. We can make so much powdered egg from these things here. And we can see that we have a few different options of how we do it, whether we use the microwave or the dehydrator. I think it's using the dehydrator no matter what. This way seems to be a little bit faster. You know what? Let's make some powdered egg. It's our first test of the system there, and that's a considerable amount of that. Nice. So I'm also intrigued to see what our actual battery power is as well. So we may want to try and install just a smaller battery in here so that we don't actually have to go outside to have a look, because our battery is over here. Okay, it is full. We have a full storage battery now, so theoretically we could pop that into this electric vehicle and drive for days, except for the fact that this vehicle, well, it's a little beaten up, you could say that. We're going to go and attach another battery into the sequence now, so let's just say place, or maybe search for battery. Yeah, place large battery. Do we need to have light to be able to do this? We do. So, cell phone, let's turn you on. Large battery, let's place it there for now. And Okay, that puts us at 66% battery power, but we've been generating a lot of power here. We may want to even go and just put down another battery while we are here. So another large battery, excellent. They should all be connected now. Fantastic, they are. And that's a considerable amount of power. So we also do have the generators that should just need diesel to go. So if we can take that big old tank, fill it up with diesel, we can get those active backup generators to do some work for us as well. And I believe we may actually have a generator in here somewhere. So I'm just going to do a look around like this and see if we can spot it. Backup generator. We do. Okay, so gotta remember that it's there. And I think the way that I'm going to remember that is by moving it outside. We're also going to move the truck alternator out as well. And this small storage battery, I think we're going to try and install it here somewhere, just so that we can actually have it kind of hooked up and connected. Let's just go move that out the way for now, and we're going to have a look at placing a small battery just there that should be connected to the grid. It doesn't look like it is currently. Onboard battery power is 54%. It seems like it's connected but not. Merge power grids, I mean, yeah, if I go and have a look at the one outside, it does have all those batteries connected to each other. Yeah, okay, so I'm tempted to take that one down. I mean, I guess it shows us the battery percentage, but it just doesn't show us the overall wattage. I mean, that's already nearly full, so yay, that's good. Yeah, so we can find out battery percentage. Oh, we're dehydrated. Let's go knock back some clean water. I don't think we're going to need to eat any more calories today because we've eaten just an exorbitant amount. Just a ridiculous amount. We may want to try and get a tank outside here underneath the downspout again, just because we are starting to get a little bit low on water. So we'll just have a look around. We'll have a look at our tanks. I know many of them have mutagen in them, so we do have that one there. We can always find other tanks on vehicles. We can take those if we want to try and get some diesel, which we are going to want to do eventually. Let's step away from that thick smoke and let's go and place that down here. Metal tank, excellent. It is under the downspout now, so if and when it rains, we should be able to get all of that rain. Wow, okay, so we haven't gone far today, and it might not seem like we've done all that much, but we have got a lot done. We have a working kitchen, we've got a working freezer, which is going to keep that meat nice and preserved for us. We can finally cook up some decent meals for Dusk and Elliot. And with our batteries properly charging, we are going to be able to travel so much further from this place, but our eventual goal is so much further away. Zooming all the way out here, as far as we can possibly go, and turning on fast scroll, we move out towards the east, scrolling and continuing to scroll more and more until, would you look at that? Everything is off of the map, apart from one tiny little speck out there. That speck is the refugee center. So far away. Just, wow. But you know what? It's also kind of directly to the east. It's just off of what we can see right now. But for us to make it all that way is going to be incredibly difficult. We don't have big highways on which we can travel. We have very narrow city streets. And so while I was originally imagining a big old vehicle that's going to take us so far, we may want something a little bit more different. Something smaller, something more maneuverable. A motorbike, perhaps. But then that gives us other problems, other issues. We won't be able to bring anyone else with us, will we? It would just be Dusk and Elliot then. Now perhaps this great big lake up here travels further to the east. Maybe that is something that we can use to traverse. Water is dangerous though. While it is more open in the cities, 100%, it can have its own dangers. And to get a vehicle in a position in which it's going to be able to float without attaching loads of wood to it, it is going to require welding rods. And so we're still a little stuck there. But do not fear, we will progress, we will prevail. And now that we have a decent amount of food stockpiled here, we're going to be able to look at trying to build, construct, fabricate, tailor some new equipment for Elliot and Dusk. We'll more than likely be working with leather, trying to keep things a little lighter, but we'll see how we go, eh? And the next, we'll be buckling down. It's time to craft. And once we feel ready, once we feel prepared, once we have a vehicle that can make it through what the megacity has to throw at us, then we will hit the road on an odyssey unlike any other we've undertaken on this channel. The ultimate challenge. But that is another day. Legionnaires, I'd like to ask you all, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.